Hello and welcome to another demonstration. As part of the series of 30-minute demonstrations I've been doing, I'm going to do a pen and wash. This schminker set landed on my desk and I thought, why not draw the set? So the schminker set is a special edition set for the 30th anniversary of the SAA. Made in partnership with Schminker. The colours have been decided with 2 reds, 2 yellows, 2 blues, along with 3 of their best-selling colours. So this is a unique set to the SAA. And I'm going to paint the set. So I'm going to do a pen and wash of the set. So this is going to be a 30-minute pen and wash. And let's see how far we can get. I'm just going to start the timer. And off we go. So I've set it at an angle. And I'm using a pen, not a pencil, to sketch it out, because with a pencil I'll just be rubbing out. I will just be altering things when I don't have time for that if I'm doing it in 30 minutes. And it doesn't matter that some of the lines aren't true or anything like this. This is good practice for when you're out in the field sketching, or when you've only got a few minutes. You don't have to always do things which take days or hours to complete. So set into 3 like that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to split it down the middle and then split it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then those 3 in the middle are quite easy. So I'm going to fit 3 squares into, oops, I don't think that's going to work. It will do. Like I say, it doesn't have to be completely, so that's a bit too wide, so let's just narrow it and see how I can alter without rubbing out. And again, it probably takes you outside your comfort zone because you haven't got a pencil and rubber ready to remove everything. But I do find if you've got a rubber, all you tend to do is you put on lines and you take them off. And those lines possibly were okay in the first place. So I like to not use a pencil and a rubber. I will sketch it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've not quite got it. 12. Oh well. They're fine. And then let's put 3 similar sizes in there. Right, you've got, actually these are clips along here, so make a feature of those. And let's just bring out this edge a little bit more. Okay. And again, they've got those little clips. 1, 2, 3. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and a tray for them to sit in. It's got little screws there. It's nice to add some of these little features because you can't see those under these colours. I think that will do. See if I can just create a little bit more depth in some areas. Just a harder line. Just make it a little bit more interesting. So with pen and wash, the drawing is the bit that really pulls it together. And then the colour, honestly, you can just drop in colour. And as long as the drawing tells the story you want it to tell, then you can just really quickly put the colour on. And the fun thing about doing this is I'm going to put the colours as they are in the tray. Right, so I've got this isn't quite straight, so let's just straighten that. I'm just thinking about I think that actually goes outside, so it's a little wider. Straighten that. So I'm still correcting, but not rubbing out. This goes. Like I say, I think it's slightly larger because it needs to fold over the inner. Tray. So. Now this has 1, 2, 3, 4 wells, but they're just I want to represent them being deeper, but I don't want them as hard as these because they're all the same colour. All I'm seeing is shadow really. Let's see if I can put the schminker. No, I'm not going to write it all out. This is going to be a suggestion. I could have written it all out and been a lot more careful, but I don't have the time. What I like is the owl shape, which is their part of their logo. Again, it has, it's actually quite difficult doing it upside down. I can't see what's happening. It has some ribbon around the edge. It goes down like that. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just looking at features that I can pick up on, not every detail. I need to widen that a little bit more. Round that shape a little bit. Let's just okay. It's pretty good. So let's suggest these wells a little bit more. And I'm using quite a light line as opposed to these, which were quite solid. This is a white indented well. That's a bit too wide, so let's just take that. Probably too many lines going on there, so stop. And let's see what I can do on this side. So this is the tray. Another tray which folds in, so I think is going to be a little bit smaller. With a dip about there in the middle. It has rolled edges, so it's going to be darker. Just keep an eye on the time. So that's 10 minutes of drawing. If I'd had an eraser, I would have gone, oh no, that's in the wrong place. But I just don't. So it is, try it. It does seem a little scary, but you learn to pick up that you can change things. It doesn't really matter. Oh, this is going to be fun. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wells. Let's just put a line down the middle. Need 5 on this side, 5. 1. Do they go up to the top? No, they come down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. These are quite nice. They don't have a bottom on them. You can see there, because they slope down. So it has a... I think I might have put them a bit too far down, but it doesn't matter. I think you get the idea. And I can be a little bit more decisive with my mark, but I think this sketching, sometimes some light marks, sometimes some dark, until I'm more confident that it is in the right place. Get this one. And one more. Yay. I think they're fitted fairly reasonably. Good. Right. So along here I can see that there are hinges. Let's put them on. And while I'm doing that, let's straighten this a little bit more. Because it is a metal tin, so it does have some solid structure. So I do need a much more solid line to define this tin and reshape, compared to these wells, which are recessed rather than very deep. This is actually quite a small pen. It's an 04, so I can work quite lightly with it and get some quite dark marks, or work quite lightly with it and get some much lighter If you really just put light marks on, you can do some very subtle shading, which I'm going to try and do here. And these are quite light because they aren't solid, which I'm going to make these, the pans. Actually, this is going to be fun as well. I can also bring out the pan. And because these are poured, they're not always even. Some of the colour has gone over the side. It's just... So that's the outside. It's inside. With the paint. I can also still change these a little bit. For 14 minutes. Okay. Sorry, I'm jumping around. Just take a little bit of okay, so also don't think you can see much on this side, but it's suggesting that it's going in. And then there's going to be a little bit more shadow between. Darken these a little bit more. And actually, it needs to drop down as well. Let me add that additional rim on. Go. Recessing these wells, and I will need to recess the bottom of the pan as well. 11 minutes. If I do next minute doing this, then 10 minutes I can use for colouring. Just to push this back. So even though this is a quick sketch and it's probably not completely accurate, you still do need to think about depth and being able to suggest that this is the bottom of the tray, so therefore it's deeper than this. I'm going to leave it because that's coming up for 10 minutes and I want to do some painting. So this is the fun bit. Using a water brush, which is already got water in it. And I'm just going to pick up colour. And apply it. To the sketch. And I'm just going to put some water on. So what colour is that? Just slightly different. And then pick up lighter colour. And I don't have to be completely up to the line. Again, like I say, beauty about this is the sketch has been done. Okay, on that one. Purple. The red. The other red, much more of an orange. Hello. So this was a permanent pen, which allows me to put the colour on without moving. But it does need to dry, as in cure, and that just takes a few seconds more than just putting the colour on straight away. A lot of these permanent pens, you can put them on and then add colour to them. If you're finding that they're bleeding, just leave them a few minutes longer, just because they haven't cured. This is the gold. So these three are their best-selling colours, which we've got in this set, which has been created for us. Quite transparent, so I want to. Got 6 minutes. So this is time for a bit of, well, because I've got colour on there, let's just put the colour on like that. Some and let's just it's that colour actually. I'm going to take some of the water out and put a little bit on there, because it is coming through and it's keeping the brush damp, but I want it a little bit wetter to be able to pick up the colour. Done that one. 3 colours poured there, but it's been dripped out here. Same here. 5 minutes. Again, use some of that water, it just makes it flow a little bit easier. So this has dropped a little spot in there, and then more has come up like that because the way I have painted. Right. Don't want that too dark. Just I'm going to use some purple, I think, to suggest the shadow in there. Still do wet in wet techniques. And here I think I need some more shadow. 3 minutes. See what if I can create some shadows in here. And again, let's put some water. Because I need just to suggest that it is sitting on something. Okay. 2 minutes, let's see what else I can do in the 2 minutes. It's going to go. Oh, I've still got 2 minutes. That's cool, because I can do this. Just It's difficult to do a white palette because it's just white. Okay. 10 seconds. Oh. So that is a quick sketch. Hope you enjoyed it, and you can see how quick you can be. So like I say, having 30 minutes is really useful to practice, because when you go outside, you have people moving, you have things changing colour with the light. If you can get it done quickly, it is a really nice skill to have. Plus, sometimes you just don't have time to paint, so you find 30 minutes, just doodle, just play. The paint set I'm using, and I'm just had a sketch of it. So that is my 30-minute sketch in celebration of the SAA's 30th anniversary. So join me again soon.